And one of the few moments, the rare times where we have a lot of, progress to report is when we talk about fintech. But guess what? This time around, it's even more unique because we're looking at a space where women are championing, developments in a certain aspect of fintech in the country. So joining us to have this conversation on financial inclusion is Sarah Idahosa. Sarah Idahosa is the founder of DeFi, Women in DeFi, and she joins us right here in our Lagos studio. Good morning, Sarah. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Is it DeFi or DeFi?
Yes, no, DeFi.
DeFi, so I'm correct.
Yes, you're actually one of the few people who pronounces it correctly.
Correctly? Ooh,
yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you.
So what does it mean?
Yeah, that's a good place
decentralized
to
finance. So that is why it's DeFi and not DeFi, decentralized finance, which is basically normal financial services, but on blockchain technology, which means it's decentralized because it uses an open network. So yeah.
So there are more terminologies for you to define besides DeFi. There are neobanks, blockchain technology, peer-to-peer payment, and a lot of times we hear this, but many Nigerians don't understand what they mean. So help us out.
Okay, so blockchain technology, I'll start from there. So that is, a blockchain is basically a decentralized ledger that can be used to record or store transactions or information. So think of it as a network of computers that are being connected together. It's not being controlled by a single person. As long as it's been created, it runs through what they call a smart contract, which are basically conditions that have been created by the developer in the space, where you can learn from them, where you can also, like, if you have any struggles, any challenges as you're learning, we're always open to help you out. Like, at Women in DeFi recently, like, we started giving out laptops to some of our community members that we see that they're performing well, but they do not have the right work tools to actually thrive in the space. So the best advice would always be, look for a DeFi community. If you're a lady in particular, look for women-focused community, because you would always have women out there ready to share resources with you, ready to respond to your questions. And the next thing is to build an image, build a personal brand. I can't say I'm in the DeFi space and you go to my socials, for example, you're seeing things about entertainment, which is totally off what I do. Yeah. Definitely on my Twitter, on my Instagram, anywhere you go to TikTok, you definitely see me talking about DeFi, talking about Web3. So as a lady, if you're coming into this space, after you've learned, the next thing is to build a personal brand. That way, people get to know you. You also be able to connect with industry leaders, industry experts, and you get the opportunities. Most of the biggest opportunities I've gotten for myself in this space have been through communities, through events, and even through my social network. It's very rare that you see me going to someone's DM or writing a cover letter to apply for a job in this space. But because I'm actively present. We all know this, we're currently in the creator economy. If you're not coming out, if you're not being loud about what you do, no one would actually pay attention to you. So if you're coming into this space, as long as you're doing all of these things I've mentioned, you're going for events, conferences to connect with industry leaders, trust me, there's so much opportunities that you can actually tap from. No matter the niche, if you're a marketer, you're a developer, you're a writer, you're a video content creator. Yeah.
You've almost gotten a convert here in me. But first of all, I'd like to hear what your annual returns are before I become fully converted.
Okay.
Well, don't go there yet. I'd like you to speak to who your target audience would be. And I imagine they would be the daily earners and the marketplaces, those women who are selling tomatoes, vegetables, and the likes. Who more often than not, their options for financial service would be a susu or the alajos. Yeah. How do you convince them about the viability of the technology that DeFi offers?
So, if I'm being honest, for the women, like in the grassroots, like it's always so difficult to get them onboarded because it's digital assets. And most of these mamas, they prefer to have their money holding their funds, but tell mama, I have 100,000 naira for you. Mama would prefer you give her that money cash than to go and put it in one bank account or anywhere. It's the same thing, like also bringing it down to the blockchain now, it's always so difficult. So most times I love to tell people that, like, for me, when I'm onboarding someone, my target audience is always those within 16 years of age to around 50 or thereabouts. People who probably already have basic knowledge about technology. If you do not have basic knowledge anyways, you're still welcome. As long as you're young, you're open to like learning about it. People that can actually take out time, because the blockchain space is so broad and it keeps evolving every day. So mama that is selling in the market will not really have the time to come and sit down and be taking classes every day, or to be attending sessions.
That's where financial inclusion is needed.
That is why right now, one of the problems I keep saying that we have right now in the African DeFi space or Web3 space is that we still do not have products that are simplified enough for even people like them to be able to utilize. It's a major problem. Like, we do not have localized products. Yes, that's the right word. We don't have localized products that can be easily accessible to these people. And that is why we're still calling on innovators, like more people to come into the space, to come and learn, so they can also like build innovative products that
Two questions before we start to wind down. First, you're going to tell us an average of how much you make, or how much people like you. You tell us. Don't give us an amount. Don't worry. So the tax collectors will not come out. You know, this government likes to collect tax. The second part is help us understand, for those who are not familiar and not even comfortable, what is Web 2 and Web 3? Because you've mentioned it in passing a lot of times. So first, maybe start with that definition, and then let's talk about the money box.
Okay. So Web 2 is what tech is right now, whereby you can utilize the internet. You can read, you can create, you can build, you can interact with the internet, basically. That is why we have applications like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Think of all applications you see around. That is just Web 2. Web 3 is still all of these same things, but now using blockchain technology to function. Do you understand?
So it's included now.
Exactly. So that is like the era of the internet we're going into, whereby you have all of these same services, but now it runs under a blockchain network that is not being controlled by anyone. There are no restrictions. Your data is protected.
Isn't that the reason why the world is so scared of blockchain? Because
I mean, it's
anything without control, they say that if the freedom you seek is a freedom from responsibility, then you will never be free. Which is why government is always a bit worried about anything they can't control.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Is that a valid anxiety?
Yeah, so I would say yes, because, I mean, we all know that our data is not private. When you use, I don't want to call these big tech names, but we all know that our data is not protected. They sell out our data. But blockchain protocols, blockchain platforms, the data is private, is being protected. Like, no one can have access to it. There is no way anyone can access the data. That alone,
yet it is unregulated.
Yes, but like it is because of the way
I think that's the word
because of the way the network is built. Do you get? Because of it has high security, high privacy, but the decentralization there is the fact that, unlike Twitter, I have to mention it, when Elon took over, he just came one day and he was like, oh, we're removing this from Twitter, we're removing this feature, start changing things.
Oh, I get it now.
Exactly.
So one-man show. So
exactly. But like in Web3, it's not a one-man show anymore. And that is why you see that most people, like, especially this big tech, they do not want to accept it. Because they know that if it comes, they won't be able to control things themselves
anymore. Our director is on
anymore.
our ears to tell us how much you're earning.
About that, I mean, I can't really
Don't give us your figure. Just give us an average, you know. How long have you been in this?
5 years now.
Okay, so if I get in 5 years...
Enough to be comfortable.
So you're not just earning in Naira, you're also earning in international currency.
Yes. Yes,
okay.
I am.
Annually?
Over 100K, safe to say.
Annually?
Yeah, not Naira, not 100K Naira.
Okay, $100K for the record. We're totally out of time.
Okay.
I'm joining
that's good.
Yeah.
We have to take that in first of all, right? But thank you so much. A very productive conversation. Sarah Idahosa, founder Women in DeFi, who has a thriving community of over 5,000 members and all female.
Yes.
Yeah, we're proud of
money
you.
to back it up.
I'm proud of what you do. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.